Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'll be discussing my jaundice experience, or let me say my baby's jaundice experience. Guys, to be honest, I was so scared when my baby had jaundice, and let me explain why. So when I was discharged from the hospital, my baby's jaundice level was 6.5, and the doctors were like, okay, we have to come for a repeat test after 2 days. I didn't expect that my baby's jaundice level would move from 6.5 to something higher, because I don't know, I just felt that I didn't, first of all, I wasn't even aware of what jaundice is, what could maybe increase a jaundice level, how to battle jaundice. I know there are two types of jaundice, I think pathological or physiological jaundice, and I was told that he had physiological jaundice. That's the one that is not the very, very deadly one, because I heard there's a deadly one. Yes, I think the pathological jaundice is the deadly one, while the physiological jaundice is the one that can still be can be managed easily. Yes, I don't know much about this, so don't let me just say my own experience. This is my own experience, so that nobody comes for me. So we got home after we were discharged, and we went for a repeat test 2 days after, and the jaundice level moved to 9.5. Now, I didn't really know that certain products could actually aggravate the jaundice level. I didn't know that certain things that we had used on the baby's body, which we assumed were part of things that we can buy with baby items, those things that you buy when you go to the market to buy baby stuff, they give you certain things that, Riley, buy this one, it's good for the baby, buy that one, it's good for the baby. I didn't know that some of those products that we bought at that time had implication. Now, funny how these products are things that some people use them, and maybe for some reasons it doesn't have any effect on them, but we used it on our baby, and the thing was actually the major reason why the jaundice level was going high, but we didn't know. So we went 2 days after we were discharged, it moved high to 9.5 again. 2 days after, we were told to come for a repeat test. We went, it was 11.5. On the naming, we had to go for another jaundice test. It was a very stressful experience. The house is not too close to the hospital, so we had to, the stress of going, imagine you having your naming and you still had to go take your baby to the hospital because of jaundice, not knowing that it was just something that you kept using for that baby on a daily basis. Was my baby's was what sorry, that was what was increasing the jaundice level. Now his eyes were yellow, his skin was red somehow, and I'd never done omugo for anybody before. I'd never gone to take care of a baby like that, like a very small baby like this, like it's very young baby, a baby that just came to life. I've never really done something like that, so I didn't really have the experience, or let me say the exposure. And I was beginning to get worried that what's up with this jaundice. Like, we kept doing the test and it kept going high. His eyeball were yellow. People say put breast milk, do this. So when we noticed that the jaundice kept increasing, people were recommending drink pawpaw water, put the boy under sunlight. But I was not just comfortable that what is it about this jaundice, there must be something that is wrong. So I started researching. Luckily for me, somebody gave me access to some videos that I listened to, and audios recordings that I listened to, and then they mentioned it there that there are certain products that aggravate jaundice level in children, and I realized that we were using 2 of those products for the baby at that time. Then I quickly mentioned it, and they mentioned it to us at the hospital later on, that those products, because at the end of the because I think I'm jumping the story now, they told us at the hospital to avoid those products too. So I realized that was the major reason. But before we even got to that point, when the jaundice level started increasing, they had to admit him. They asked us certain questions, and they admitted him, and he had to go through phototherapy. Now, the experience was even a compounded one for us, because he now had infection along the line, and the baby was in the hospital for some time, and we were at home. I don't like that experience. Was humbling, because you just put to bed, people want to come and visit you, and your baby is at the hospital, and they asked us to go home, that we should leave him there and go and come home. I felt so bad. I felt I don't even know how to explain how I felt. I was not happy. I was not sure what was going to happen to my baby at the hospital. We'll go there to check him every day. We had access to call the hospital line. They would tell us he's fine. We'd take breast milk to him. The place was actually okay. It's actually a neat place and all. But the fact that I'm at home, my baby's in the hospital, was something I didn't like. He went through phototherapy for about 2 to 3 days. Yes, and then they now had to treat him for infection too for some days. So he was away from us for about four days or so, 4 or 5 days if not, and it was not a good experience at all. I cried. And everyone had to encourage me that it's going to be fine, that it's just a phase, we're going to pass we're going to, this phase is just going to go, that I should just calm down and all of that. So I just want to use this video to implore all moms that knowledge is very key. If I had known that those things are actually not so good for a baby, I wouldn't have even used my money to buy them. I'm telling you, I wouldn't have bought those things. I wouldn't have even allowed anyone use it on my baby. It was later in the hospital they were telling us that no, that we shouldn't be using this kind of product again, that they are not good for babies, they can cause this, cause that. Me, I didn't know. And I would say to mom out there that please invest in knowledge, do your research very well. There are certain things that they used to use in the past, maybe parents, then they usually use it for babies, but maybe due to advancements, the way the world is going now, those things might not be good again as of now. Because that was another challenge when people say, we used it when we trained you, we used it for you, how come nothing happened to you? Probably for some reasons those things are no longer okay for children. Please and please, let's not cause problem for ourselves, because I knew what I went through dealing with Jaundice, because every time we went for the test, it was always going, and not knowing that it was what we were using that was, compounding the problem. And this is not to condemn the use of maybe purple water or sunlight. These people have used it and it worked for them, but because of the rate at which the jaundice level was increasing, we had to opt for phototherapy just to make sure that we dealt with it, and that was once and for all. Also, this jaundice even affected him to the point that he couldn't do his circumcision at the time was slated to do it, because when they saw that the jaundice level was increasing, they had to put a hold on circumcision and say, let's deal with jaundice first before we now had to circumcise him after we were done with the whole jaundice experience. I'm going to share our circumcision day story with you in another video. Please do well to watch it. So mothers out there, please get knowledge so that you will not have unnecessary stress when something happens to your baby. You can easily know, because then I'll still put breast milk in the eyes, not even knowing that it's jaundice, that the breast milk was not really what's the solution. That was not the solution to what we're facing. It was to deal with it from the root cause, the things that were making the whole thing get worse. So get knowledge, okay? It's going to help you. And if you're a mother dealing with jaundice, maybe you just gave birth, your baby has jaundice, please just take it easy on yourself. Make sure you're using the right product on your baby, and if you have to opt for phototherapy, please do. Thank you.